Personal Journal of Euphemia McLaughlin, Assistant Engineer at Imperial Exploration Company. It's been 5 weeks since we have left the familiar walls of Birmingham behind. Weeks of uncertainty, of struggle, of hope. And finally, we have reached the shores. We had 3 deaths so far. Or small price for progress, as IEC called it. I can only hope I am going to avoid their fate. They've claimed there was nothing to fear, that this whole journey of ours was just a precaution. But now, it feels like the weather is changing. And the winter seems inevitable.
Quite the intro. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to the last autumn DLC for Frostpunk. It's awesome to see a actual, like a early DLC for the game, something to tell us about this story before the giant storms begun. So let's do it then. The last autumn, we are across the northern seas to reach Site 113, where we are to build a great marvel of technology, a generator. Your crew, lured by promise of a steady job and eager to leave the work riots and bread queues behind, are somewhat taken aback at the sight of the desolate landscape surrounding the site. They were told not to ask for details, but there's no turning back now. There's no consensus why the contract has such a high priority, considering the deteriorating situation in the Empire, but your superiors are clear. It is the most important job of your life. For Queen and country. Ladies and gentlemen, Frostpunk. Without any snow! Isn't that amazing? There's our work site then. Glory to Raptoria down below in that comment section. And glory to Reactor, or Generator 113, as this will be the site of our future home. Basic facilities. Before you start building the generator, you have to set up basic supply infrastructure. This means building the docks for gathering resources, piling them up, and then also gathering raw food sources, fishing harbors or foragers' camps set up by a food source somewhere in the plains. Okay, not a problem. Let's get started with our first task then, which will be probably housing all these fine folks. I see we've got 90 open spaces for everyone. Fantastic. So this DLC comes out on January 23rd, 2020, for all of you wondering, and you can pick it up pretty much any time for pre-order. We're going to go ahead and place our road here. It is quite interesting to see this game without any thing on the map in terms of snow, so that's quite interesting. Let's see, we've got 4 to start with, so we should gather some more materials here. It looks like there's a lot of lumber laying around this construction site, so anywhere around this giant pit is where we'll be building a large generator. I suppose there might be a risk for an explosion, so they're putting it deep underground, so that way if it does explode, it'll only go up and not out. And so all the buildings around here will have to be for building the actual generator itself. So buildings that we typically in the previous versions of the game would want to build close towards the center must now be built on the outside. Any sort of supporting structures, like, for example, the citizens who live there. First steps. Sir, our employer, the Imperial Exploration Company, has prepared the site for us. Besides digging the enormous shaft for the underground part of the generator, they left some construction materials behind to get us started. We should set up camp and clear the area around the shaft to make space for the construction facilities. Absolutely. We'll do that right away. We'll also be able to build on the shores, too. I don't know exactly where we are, but we'll be able to build several docks, and the ships kind of look like that, if you're wondering. Wow. Oh, we can actually gather materials from that shipwreck. I wonder how we can do that. It looks like resources can't be reached at the moment, but it looks like we might be able to go out there eventually and gather some materials from them. Excellent. Well, same thing as always when it comes to Frostpunk. We'll have to do research and explore the lands in order to kind of conduct ourselves according to bringing in supplies and exploring the land, and maybe possibly other workers and stuff from around the land. And it looks like everybody's already getting started bringing everything back to where it needs to go. Good. Very good indeed. All right, let's speed up time a little bit so we can see more. Excellent. Now, this is supposed to be an extremely challenging DLC, and again, it's taking place before the original main storyline, so I'm very excited to see what exactly we're going to do beforehand. Is this going to be a permanent build site? Are they going to uproot the generator and put it onto a ship and move it out of here? I don't know. We'll see as soon as we're done, I suppose. So lots of new buildings, including ventilation shafts, toxic gases, and workers' unions, and a lot of things to worry about that would have been present around the, Industrial Revolution times. Here you can see people going down in the elevator to work deep within the shafts. Looks like we got a little bit more wood to make some more remaining tents. Hopefully we can get a tent for everybody up before the end of the day. Looks like we're building, let's see, just a couple more. Looks like we got 30 more, so with this last tent, that should be enough to get us enough to get started. Now, we'll also be using telegraphs here to communicate back to the mainland. We're on some island. I don't know exactly where we are, but we'll have to take a look in a little bit. I can't quite see the world map until we build a telegraph, but once we build that telegraph, we'll then be able to communicate back to the homeland about what materials or workers that we may need. Idle hands. At the first workday ends, people start gathering in small groups to chat or play cards. A couple of workers are throwing rocks down the huge central shaft. Deep, ain't it? And to think we have to work down there. Out of boredom, or maybe to exercise their fears, more workers join in, but soon rocks start raining down the hole. This might be dangerous, but the camp offers very little other entertainment. Let them be. That's fine. Okay, well, looks like all the homes at least are completed in just a moment or two, so that's great. We can then, well, I don't even know if we have enough materials to build anything else. Looks like they're already on free time, so there's no other materials that can be gathered. Let's take a look at tech. Looks like we can actually build a workshop. Wow, our people had enough for that. Let's build it over there. We'll have to build a road to connect to it tomorrow, which is fine. So they'll connect the big building first, and then we'll complete a road going to it. But more materials to be gathered around the work site. So we'll complete that road tomorrow. Looks like there's still a little road around the giant pit that was instructed by the initial construction groups. Looks like we need to worry about motivation in this game, as well as discontent in this DLC. This actually feels like a whole new game, and I'm very excited for this DLC to see like the beginning lores as to like why and who was involved in the initial construction of these generators, and to actually see one built. It's going to be amazing. And how deep they actually go underneath the ground. You can almost see the bottom there of the pit. Yeah, all the way down there. That's crazy. Very deep shafts dug to basically facilitate those giant generators. Okay, work day should begin now. There we go. And everybody going to work right away. Perfect. Looks like we got some news. An indignant engineer. An engineer complains, "Sir, it seems I have been mistakenly launched in attentive workers." Oh, well, let's just go ahead and allow him to move, I guess. It said discontent would rise very slightly, but we'll bring that back down with other work policies. And here we are, the technology tree for the update as well. Looks like we'll need to build a framework for the generator. We can send out forgers and also gather resources faster. I think what I'm going to do is research the docks here first instead. We'll have to employ some engineers then to do that, so let's go ahead and start research on the docks. Looks like we need, to connect via the roadway first for it to count as a connected building. So we'll go ahead and tuck that road in there, and then we'll start on the dock research. Now I'm going to use that to quickly try to bring in some more wood. A lot of these initial buildings seem to take a lot of wood, and then also the second most important will be steel. Now I'm not exactly sure what coal is used for yet, but I have a feeling it's probably used for the machines around the shaft itself, such as the machine shop, possibly the profile shop, and then also the ventilation shaft in order to keep toxic gases out of the pit. Right now everyone is just kind of tidying up and preparing it for construction. So let's speed up time a little bit. And it looks like the road is constructed. That's good. Let's start the dock research. Hopefully we can get that done before the end of the day. And it looks like we also need to build a cookhouse. Everybody's hungry after that first day. I don't blame them. I would be too. Let's build a cookhouse then. And we'll see if we can put that maybe right next to it. Perfect. And then we'll need to get some medical tents down as well. And we're just lacking on a little bit of wood for that. Looks like we just got it. Perfect. A little bit more for the road, though, to connect everything. That should be more than enough. All right, so research is cracking now on the docks. And we should be able to build those by tomorrow. We'll start construction tomorrow morning on the docks. Excellent. Making good time on everything we've got. And meals should be ready to go tomorrow, too. Everyone kind of just arrived, so just getting things unpacked. Basic docks will take 25 wood for us. So tomorrow morning we'll begin building our docks and also start making our food. Let's build a forger's quarters. I think that's our next best move. Yeah, or maybe a sawmill. Faster gathering is good, but we've got plenty of workers so I don't really need to optimize things just yet. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and hire a few engineers to work in our medical tent, just in case anyone gets sick. Motivation's almost halfway. If we drop below this marker here on the left, we'll have a 30% negative buff. And if we go, or I guess it'll be a nerf, and then if we go up past that notch, we'll have a 30% boost in motivation for building this generator, and we must do so before the giant storm that is coming engulfs us completely. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click or tap, blow up that like button if you'd like to see a full playthrough on this one, and glory to Raptori as always. I'd love to kind of see a continuing thing here on this series. Otherwise, it's just kind of a first look. I'd like to build myself a bathhouse if I could, sir. That'd be nice. Keep everyone nice and clean, and there we are. Oh, and that was a good move. Looks like things are looking real good here. All right, we just need some more wood in order to get everything started. So wood is going to be extremely important. So hopefully we get started with that then. I'll have to, next thing we'll research is probably going to have to be the sawmill itself. Let's stop here, and let's go ahead and put down some basic docks. There we go. And then I also want to see if we can put down that bathhouse. That may have been a little bit more expensive than I was hoping. Let's see here. Bathhouse under health is 40 wood and 20 steel, but that'll keep everybody nice and clean, and health risk should be much lower with an actual bathhouse. All right, we have their forgers' quarters down. We should probably get them deployed right away, too. We need to start bringing in food as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and build one of those right there. Excellent. And we'll build a little road to that, too. Excellent. Now, looks like we just need a little bit more wood. It's always hard for me to judge the length of the roads in this game. I never know if I build a small road, is it going to cost me 10 wood or 5 wood or 50 wood? Sometimes it's just hard to tell. Okay, let's go ahead and get the dockyard fully staffed, and let's go ahead and start requesting trees. So now we're going to see our first boats coming in here very soon, very, very soon. Looks like food has been made. Excellent. And it looks like we have enough to send out some foragers. This is the map. Look at that. I have no idea where we are. I believe this is Canada in August. Wow, isn't it majestic? Look at that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and send some of our workers out to the reindeer tracks, and we're going to send these guys out to start looking for food. They essentially work as like the new scout teams, so that's kind of cool. All right, let's go and try to start looking for the sawmill. I think that would be nice to get started with that next. Telegraph Station. Now that we've built the basic resource infrastructure, we can set about bringing more people and steam cores from England. To do this, we have to build the Telegraph Station. I see. So that's another goal. So it looks like we're going to get this one completed. Goal number 2. Well, 1 was to build the docks. 2 is to have supplies come in. We already got that ordered. Number 3 is to activate the fishing harbor or set up a forger's camp. We just did that, I think. Or at least we need to go out and find food, then set up camp. And the last thing is to build a telegraph site, which it seems like that is under tech. And we'll need a little bit more wood in order to complete that one, but everyone's on free time. So we'll get that completed tomorrow, and we also should have a ship come in right now. There you go. Beautiful. The ship is now dropping off all the goods. You can see the crane there lifting everything in. Beautiful. I don't see where our wood went, but we'll have to pick that up here very shortly, unless it's just an animation, and maybe it'll come up eventually. I'm not sure if it's... Seems like it should have delivered. Let's see. We'll produce... Yeah, I don't see anything in there. All right, well, regardless, we've got our scouts almost ready to report. There we are. Looks like they got to the reindeer tracks with no luck. Let's go to the hunting grounds. That seems promising, doesn't it? That's a pretty promising place for future food. Luckily, we've got plenty of food now, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But obviously, as more people come to our town, we'll have to worry about that no matter what. All right, let's continue speeding up. I also kind of forgot some of the hotkeys, too, so if you have any tips down below, please share them for other players in terms of hotkeys or what to kind of keep an eye on. Let's see here. Oh, we have a skeptic. You really believe it's the end of the world, rubbish? Oh, no, no. Science says we'll be just fine, bro. We'll be just fine. Motivation will rise. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Book of Laws. Let's do another requirement here. Let's try to get a chapel. No, a public house. Yeah. Brewskis, brah. Very nice. Okay, let's build that bathhouse and that chapel. We have people gathering more wood, which is awesome. Let's build ourselves a... Let's make sure we build ourselves a... Actually, let's, before we do anything else, start with making sure we got enough supplies to do all this. So let's grab ourselves a... Oh, there's the public house there. Looks like the bath just became available. I want to make sure we research the sawmill, which is going to complete very shortly, so we'll do that later then. Let's start with the bathhouse then, which we did make a promise to our people that we would build, so let's keep that promise. There we go. Let's build that right up here, maybe. There we go. And let's build a... oh, actually, the public house doesn't have to be in the neighborhood. The public house can be pretty much anywhere. So let's see if we can start construction on that one. Looks like the construction, or rather research of the sawmill has been completed. And let's go for the public house, which is 20 and 10. Unfortunately, we don't have enough steel. And it looks like we need to assign some workers to that. I had some unassigned there. We also have some steam cores here to grab. So we'll go ahead and put our workers on those remaining tasks, too. Ah, the bathhouse established. Motivation is rising. We're keeping those promises. Very good. Let's go back to research. At nighttime, construction can continue so long as we gather everything, so that's fine. Gathering is not really much of a concern, but I'll do the profile manufacture, so that allows us to build the framework for the reactor or the generator itself. I usually call it a reactor, but I guess some people, if they don't like that, they're over reactor. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you. I actually own the channel. I never leave. I'm always here. Please like me. Okay, let's go ahead and explore. Looks like we found ourselves a watering place. So, ooh, look at that giant herd of like caribou or deer. Oh yeah. All right, grab your 9 boys and start camping. Excellent. So they'll bring back food every few days until the supply runs out. So food supply secure. Excellent. Very good. Okay, let's work on the next thing here, the public house. Glory to Raptoria. Let's build one of these here, and let's build a street that goes across too. And I'd also like to build maybe another medical tent right over here. Tuck another one in right there next to the dock. That seems just fine. Although we barely have any resources for it, so I doubt we'll be able to build one of those. Medical post takes 25. We're short just a bit, but that's all right. Okay, so now we'll start gathering steel and the remaining wood, and the whole construction site should be clear. Looks like we have 0 workers remaining, so I guess we were pretty optimal about everything. We'll just have to grab the rest of the steel there as soon as we can. That's just fine with me. Book of Laws. Let's go ahead and give everyone, let's see. Let's give everyone some hearty meals, too. Like a great taste of Campbell's soup. By the way, speaking of Campbell's, have you guys heard of Raid Shadow Legends? That's right. Click my link down below in the description for... I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, we got 4 hours and some odd minutes until those people are back with additional food, but cooking doesn't take place until the daytime, so that's just fine. All right, good. Our boss... Okay, looks like everybody is satisfied. Next thing to do is to build the telegraph, so let's get that working. We want to get the Wi-Fi password up. Let's see if we can sneak into Mom's room and get that Wi-Fi password so we can play some Fortnite. Looks like we need just 25 steel to do that. So that'll be our goal today then, is to gather the rest of the steel. And the public house was built. Staffed by engineers, by the way, so they're going to make some real good drinks. Some fancy cocktails. All right, let's see here. We've got some more steel coming in. Good. We'll put the rest of those people on that if anybody frees up from all of our labor and stuff. Steam cores have been depleted. That's good news. Steam cores were just kind of laying there. Now they're in our actual storage, so we can build some fancier stuff. Okay, so now we've got some extra wood or steel. Good. And we got wood delivered there. Beautiful. Okay, we got plenty of wood sitting around. We still want that gathered. What else do we have for the Book of Laws? Let's do reparation of bodies. We'll lay our dead to rest in English soil. Their bodies will be kept at the morgue so they can be transported. Ah, okay. Let's go with that one, too. Ooh, big boost to the motivation. Heck yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's keep on doing some research then while we're waiting for other things to unlock. I think we'll keep it here, actually. I need to save a little bit of that metal. And let's see, I don't need as many people at the docks, so let's do this. Let's lower the number of people at the docks. I still want to keep gathering the wood at the docks, but let's add a few more people to the steel piles now. Oh, looks like they're already fully staffed. Good. All right, let's return those people then. Oh, are we perfectly balanced like all things should be? Perfect. All right, so food's still kind of coming in, not a big problem. We still have some technology to unlock. And excellent. Looks like supplies are looking really good while supplies last. Let's build that telegraph station. Let's get it up. Start calling in some more people. Let's do some more research now. Let's unlock drawing boards. Beautiful. All right. So food is coming in. I think we could probably work on building another dock. I need to start importing metal a little bit faster. We also have a morgue there to construct. Do we have any? Yeah, I did promise to build a morgue. Alright, I want to build the dock first. Going to need to bring in a little bit more in terms of supply. So let's build that one right there. And then let's build a road over here for the remaining morgue. There we are. And then, oh yeah, we're not going to have enough wood for that just to... Okay, metal's starting to come back in. That's fantastic. I never built the sawmill yet, but now we're going to start doing that. But as we look around and explore things, we're not going to be 100% perfect yet. The line is open. Good work on setting up the Wi-Fi router. Your password is... Okay. Let's see. Now that we have a line of communication, use it to request resources. This will provide what we need, but be aware that your camp is not the only project we supply. There are 2 other construction sites in your area. Together, these generators will secure shelter for inhabitants of Liverpool. Should the worst happen, their fate is in your hands. Do not let them down. We shall succeed. All right. Well, good. Now we can order additional workers. So let's go ahead and order like 10 engineers. Nope. All right, let's order 5 just in case. And then the rest regular workers. Let's get 15 here and order a shipment of workers. Excellent. Now that you've built the basic infrastructure, it's time to begin the construction of the generator. Build a profile manufacturer and produce 8 structural profiles that will allow you to set up the shaft structure. Okay, very good. So now we better hold our horses here. We can't build any of that stuff without supply. So we're at least bringing in more workers, which we can use to work the other docks. So now we can be bringing in wood and steel, which are going to be absolutely critical for the construction of this profile. And then eventually we'll be able to ventilate it when we get coal a little bit later. Let's also upgrade our sawmill, so that way we know it's going to definitely kick off as soon as we build it. And we were limited on our workers anyway. So even if I did build that sawmill, I don't think I would have been able to fully supply that. And silly me, you crazy dinosaur, you did not build your little road over there. Sir, I was yelling at my screen, personally. Alright, let's see. Well, that looks connected now. Alright. Okay, well that should boost our motivation then, because now everybody's actually connected to the bathhouse so they can use it. We got a motivational boost before when it was completed, but now we get the boost of them actually being able to use it. That's good. Let's see. Let's go for a chapel next. Yes, we're going to the chapel, and we're going to get married. Fantastic. Alright, so now we're going to just need wood for the chapel, wood for all the profile. Man, is it going to be a busy time. And we need workers. We need more workers here. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. We need more wood. Well, let's at least set this one to... I just need 1 worker. Just let me have 1 over here so I can select a resource. And then please start supplying us with steel. There we go. Hopefully the resource will get delivered and we'll manage it later. Eventually we can research buildings that can automatically gather this called... I think they're called... resource... there's something a little different. They're called like turnaround buildings or something like that, and they automatically put it into storage. But they do take a steam core because they're that effective, so we'll have to watch out for that. We also need to build steam exchangers, which are going to be very important, as well as steel composites and also structural profiles in order to complete all the construction here. Quite interesting so far, I must say. Generator construction then begins with us getting ready to build our steel mill now, sawmill rather. All right, let's go ahead and get that started. Sawmill right here for 10 wood. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can tuck it in somewhere close to... Oh, actually, over here might be good. Let's see, that might be a good starting spot right there, actually. Fantastic. We'll build the morgue nearby, too. And there comes our ships. Wonderful. Supplies are being dropped off yet again. We need a lot more workers, and I think we'll have those other workers in, does that say 10 hours? Yes. So we'll have some more workers here very shortly. Let's speed up time, then, while we wait for more resources to be gathered. We're also running out of time on that morgue, so I better do that ASAP. I did promise to do that, and I'm going to keep that promise. Let's see here. Let's see, that'll destroy resource. Oh, just a tree probably? That's fine. If it destroys a tree, that's fine with me. Can I make that a top priority? No. Okay, we just need to wait for workers to go build that. Chapel will be the next thing we complete in order to keep everybody motivated. That's one factor that we can't really predict is accidents on the work site, worker rebellions, that type of thing. Personally, I'm going to crush the rebellion with unlimited power, but we'll see about that. There it is, a reloading station. That'll automatically gather resources for us. Incredibly important, but it will take a steam core. However, we can still gather those from the mainland, so we can put in our next order. The longer we wait between orders, the more things that we can order, so sometimes it's a good idea not to do that. Motivation rising because of the morgue being built. Look at that, we're almost plus 30%. Excellent. And we should see some of our steel delivered soon then, too. All right, transport has arrived with additional workers as needed and 20 more people needing housing. All right, let's build a couple of houses here. Let's see, we need to build a people. There we are, generator. Okay, and then we should be able to add another house there at least. A few people will go homeless, I think. But we should be able to at least get work started on the sawmill and fully staff the... There we are, fully staff that. And then we'll also get another medical tent up, too. Things are going to be a mess for a little while as we're still setting up our camp. I think I've set up everything I wanted so far. Evening service seems like a good move. That'll keep people motivated in the evenings. They can go to prayer. We also need to build a church, too. So lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to build. We're just very short on materials. But the fact that we built 2 docks now to supply us with almost endless supplies of wood and steel are great. The Empire is providing us. Glory to Raptoria. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll see a few homeless tonight. Too bad they can't stay with people and just be discontent, but that's all right. All right, we should see the cookhouse work and provide everyone with food tomorrow. We should be all right with that. And what do we have here? People got a cold, sir. A few people got cold from sleeping on the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is a good opportunity. If I say I'll provide shelter for everyone, this will give a huge boost to motivation. So me not having these tents available at the time gives me an opportunity to actually build those tents and then have the game just give me a boost by magically having these tents that I was going to build anyway. Excellent. Scammed. Oh, yeah. Big O scam. All right, let's go ahead and add another person there. All right, what do we have for free workers? Looks like 5 engineers, which is great for our medical tent, and another 10 workers. Fantastic. All right, so that should be fine at the sawmill. Looks like we can build another dock over here, and like I mentioned earlier, we can gather from that ship. And I wonder eventually that food supply's got to run out on the overworld, so we'll see about that later. All right, let's speed up time a little bit. I want to try to get to 10 and immediately build them people a home. There we go. More than enough now to build a nice little house, and good. We'll make this one work to our advantage by having a little house built there, and I think it has a road to it, but I'm just gonna make sure. There we go. All right, fantastic. So extra wood coming in from our sawmill and also our docks. Now we need to build that other thing, which is the auto gatherer. And I think I might want to use that on... Well, eventually wood could probably be used at our kiln, so we'll get that started next. We need to build our reloading station. So let's build that too. So that'll help us to start construction of the pit itself. So let's build one of those. Actually, reloading station will come next. Let's first go to the generator and build ourselves a profile manufacturer. Excellent. Then we will build ourselves the tent. Actually, that's already being built. Then I want to build the, let's see if I can build that resources building. I believe that's under, is it under resources itself? It is. Reloading station will take 20 wood. So we need to get a little bit more wood. There we go. So let's have this reloading station placed here. And if we upgrade the docks, we should be able to get double the size on that. So that should be wonderful. Shelter promise fulfilled. Motivation rises. Look at that. Beautiful. It may have dropped, actually, and I didn't notice it, but at least it boosted up, so we're good to go. A troubled father. Sir, supply ships occasionally carry sacks of post destined to the crew. For security reasons, every inbound and outbound mail is open and read, but sometimes require instructions from you regarding our censorship policy. In this case, a worker received a letter from his wife informing him that one of his daughters is gravely ill. Dire news may impact the morale of the crew. Should we redact the part of the sick daughter? I think we can boost motivation. That'll be just fine. We'll get that. We'll get people motivated again, but let's not censor them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it for our first look at the DLC here for the last autumn. If you'd like to see more of this, make sure you go ahead and click, tap, destroy, blow up that like button. We are just scratching the surface here of what this game and DLC has to offer. So join me next time as we go through more buildings, more upgrades, and continue on with your support. Remember, 1 like equals 1 profile, and also 1 trench dug in the battle against Susie and her cronies. The suppression takes place all over YouTube. It's really nice to see all of you promoting this channel and helping me out. You all have yourselves a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time for more of this wonderful DLC for Frostpunk.